What if everything that brings you joy is what's slowly taking your freedom? Not chains, not prisons, but pleasures, soft, constant, and addictive. A screen that never turns off. A world that never asks questions. You feel good, but you don't feel free. And deep down, you've always known something isn't right. In the next hours, we'll expose the hidden architecture of control, not built on fear, but built on comfort. This isn't just a warning, it's an awakening. We were promised happiness. Every ad, every update, every button we press, it all whispers the same message. This will make you feel good. And for a moment, it does. But let's ask the question nobody wants to answer. What if the pursuit of feeling good is exactly what's keeping you weak, distracted, and controlled? We scroll through feeds, binge shows, chase dopamine. Every click feels like a choice. But is it really? Or are we caught in a system that rewards our obedience with tiny hits of pleasure? The scariest prisons are the ones you don't recognize as prisons. The ones where you decorate the cell yourself, where the door is open, but you never think to walk out. We live in a world obsessed with comfort, microwaves, streaming, same-day delivery, everything designed to make life easier. But what's the hidden cost of never being uncomfortable? Psychologists call it the hedonic treadmill. The idea that no matter how much pleasure you consume, you always return to a baseline of emptiness. So you run faster, more distractions, more consumption, more numbness. And while you're distracted, something else happens. You stop asking questions. If you've ever felt like you're living someone else's life, pause now, like, comment, and share your truth below. We are not alone in this. Let's wake each other up, because the real danger isn't just the addiction to pleasure. It's the slow erosion of meaning. You used to dream. You used to wonder. You used to feel the weight of your own questions. Now you check your phone. Aldous Huxley warned of this in his Dystopia, a world not ruled by force, but pacified by pleasure. A world where people were so comfortable they forgot how to resist, where they no longer wanted freedom because obedience felt too good. That world, it's not fiction anymore, it's here. But the control isn't overt, it's subtle. It doesn't come in the form of guards or guns, it comes as convenience. Think about this. When was the last time you were truly alone with your thoughts? No music, no screens, no noise, just you. Most people can't handle that silence because in that silence, the truth shows up. And the truth is this. We've been conditioned to fear discomfort, to run from boredom, to avoid reflection. But discomfort is where growth begins. Boredom is where creativity is born. Reflection is where truth lives. What's terrifying is that we've traded so much, our time, our focus, our agency, and in return, we get likes, streams, notifications, synthetic joy. Ask yourself, is this pleasure or sedation? Because that's the trap. When you feel just good enough to not question anything, when you're pacified but not alive, this is only the beginning. In the next part, we'll dissect how this system was built, how modern society, technology, and your own biology conspire to keep you consuming. Stay with us, because what you'll learn next might be the hardest truth you've ever faced. Pleasure isn't random, it's calculated. And the most dangerous part, it's wired into your biology. Your brain is a reward-seeking machine. At the center of it all is dopamine, not the chemical of happiness, but of wanting. When you get a notification, your brain lights up, not because you've found joy, but because you might. And that might is the hook. Dr. Robert Sapolsky, a leading neuroscientist, revealed something chilling. The anticipation of pleasure triggers more dopamine than the pleasure itself. It's not the reward. It's the chase, the unknown, the maybe. This is how casinos work. Slot machines don't just reward randomly, they reward unpredictably. You never know when you'll win. And that uncertainty hijacks your brain. Social media does the exact same thing. Every scroll, every refresh, every just one more minute, it's all designed to keep you locked in the loop of maybe. This is not your fault, but it is your responsibility. Because once you become aware of the loop, you have a choice. Stay in it or break free. If you've ever felt trapped in a loop of scrolling, chasing, craving, drop a comment that says, "I see the trap." Let's reclaim our focus, one moment at a time. Now ask yourself, when you reach for your phone, who's in control? You or the platform that spent billions designing it to be irresistible? Tech companies don't sell apps, they sell your attention. You are the product. Your focus, your time, your choices are being sold in a marketplace you never signed up for. This is the attention economy, where whoever holds your gaze owns your future. And it doesn't stop at your phone. Streaming platforms autoplay the next episode. Shopping apps flash daily deals. Food apps make gluttony instant. This isn't pleasure, it's programming. We are being trained to consume, to respond, to crave, to obey. But here's what they don't tell you. The more pleasure you consume, the less joy you'll actually feel. Psychologists call it reward desensitization. The more dopamine your brain gets, the more it needs just to feel the same. So the same video, the same snack, the same thrill, no longer hits the same. So you chase more and feel less. And while you run in circles, guess what you're not doing? You're not building, you're not reflecting, you're not growing, you're not becoming, you're distracted. And distraction is the true enemy of transformation. If you're done being a puppet in someone else's game, write it now. I take my power back. Because change begins with a line in the sand. Let's go deeper. Pleasure has become the substitute for meaning. And when we run from meaning, we lose our humanity. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, said it clearly. When a person cannot find a deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure. He saw the difference between surviving and living. He watched people cling to life not because it was easy, but because they found purpose, even in suffering. Contrast that with today. We avoid discomfort at all costs. Lonely, scroll, anxious, shop, bored, swipe. We treat every negative emotion like a glitch to be fixed, instead of a messenger to be heard. But emotions, especially painful ones, are invitations to look deeper, to realign, to ask what matters. Yet our culture teaches us to suppress, to numb, to sedate, and so we drift. Pause right now. Turn off everything for 5 minutes after this segment. No phone, no music, no noise, just you and your thoughts. Then come back and tell us, what did you feel? Because that space, that's where your truth lives. The next segment will confront how our modern culture, our values, norms, and systems encourages this disconnection, not by accident, but by design. You've begun to open your eyes. Now, let's open the whole mind. What comes next? will reveal the deeper machinery of the comfort prison and how society rewards obedience and punishes awareness. Stay awake. The deeper you go, the clearer it all becomes. There was a time when hardship forged strength, when discomfort was the teacher, when boredom birthed imagination. Now, we avoid all three, and in that avoidance, we've become easier to manage. The most efficient form of control doesn't look like violence. It looks like comfort. It looks like endless choices that don't matter. It looks like a screen that entertains you just enough to keep you passive. This is soft control. Alexis de Tocqueville called it soft tyranny, a future where people surrender freedom not because they're forced to, but because they're too distracted to care. Sound familiar? It's not just about phones or platforms, it's in the fabric of the culture. We are taught to chase pleasure, to glorify convenience, to trust systems that sell comfort as progress. But here's the sinister twist. The more comfort you have, the more dependent you become. We don't cook, we order, we don't think, we search, we don't reflect, we react. Our autonomy outsourced. We were promised a life of ease, and we got it. But ease is not freedom. Ease is the leash. If you've ever felt the weight of false freedom, type it below. Comfort is not my master. Because until you see the leash, you can't unclip it. This is the moment you've made it to the end, not just of a video, but of a version of yourself that you're ready to leave behind. The distracted version, the numbed version, the obedient version. You are no longer asleep. Your rebellion may be quiet, but it will echo. If this journey stirred something in you, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, awaken someone else. Because this isn't the end. It's the beginning of the life you were always meant